Top of it, top of it, top of it. It's your boy Coach One Stack, y'all. Tapping in, dropping y'all some more videos, man, like I do daily, like I do my lives, my shorts, and all that good stuff with real raw content. Hey, but we getting into Michael Jordan today. MJ, the GOAT, number 23, the one that I got about 200 pairs of his tennis shoes sitting in that closet over there. Hey, man, the gambling scandal. Can you dig? Because, man, words on the street, Michael Jordan is a part of this gambling scandal because he's actually the one who started it to begin with. So guys, man, y'all gonna have to work with me. So before I get into this video, man, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell. We're gonna get 200 likes on this video. Make sure you share this content because this was before a lot of you guys' time. You dig? I'm 49. So you young 20-some-year-olds, y'all not gonna remember this, so I'm just gonna catch you up to speed. See, right now we got that NBA scandal going on with LeBron, Terry Rozier, your boy Damon Jones, and your boy Chauncey Bellows. You dig? We already know they was fixing games and having prop bets. But see, they always have prop bets. But back in the day, back in them late 80s and early 90s, hey, the number one gambler in the league was none other than who? MJ, Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was so cold, man. Michael Jordan actually had a gambling establishment where they did illegal gambling next to his house. I mean, MJ was the biggest gambler in sports betting, period, and he gambled on anything. So let me take y'all back, man. In 1993, the Chicago Bulls won their third straight championship. Their third straight championship, guys. And guess what? Michael Jordan retired after that. And I'm going to tell you why he retired, guys. He retired after winning his third championship, and during his press conference, they asked him a question. And I want you guys to go look this up. Don't just take my information. Just go look this up. Michael Jordan said, they said, well, MJ, will you ever come back to play basketball? He said, it depends on if Mr. Stern will let me come back and play. Stern, the NBA commissioner. So now, just pausing with that, for someone to retire at their peak and say, after 3 championships, I mean, dominant championships, right? He got Space Jam out. He got all kind of stuff out. This before a lot of y'all times. He says, if Mr. Stern will let me come back, that means that somebody forced him out. See, what y'all don't know, Michael Jordan had one of the biggest gambling problems on this earth. Not only was he gambling on sports, he was gambling on prop bets, and he even got his father deleted due to his gambling debts. Oh yeah, that's right, y'all. James Jordan, man. If you don't know the story, let me break it down to you. James Jordan was down in the South. He had a Lexus SC400. That's the one with the big back and the bubble lights back in the day. And 2 men just out of the blue picked his father to just delete him. They did not rob him. They didn't take his car. They just deleted him. Is any of this sounding interesting? Let's see. You gamble, you owe the mafia money, and the mafia goes after your family to prove a point. See, they didn't take anything. Sort of like how the mafia is involved in all of this gambling right now. Guys, expect some people to lose their life. Expect some people to just clam up and say, man, you know what? I'm going to take this deal and go to jail. Expect some people to start snitching on other NBA stars, but they're not going to be telling on La Cosa Nostra because Michael Jordan, hey, he's the one that started this. So let's keep moving with MJ, y'all, and how it applies here today because they say he's a part of it, allegedly. So he went on to play baseball for 2 years, right? He was even so cold in the minor leagues, man, he bought his team their own tour bus, because the one they was on was so raggedy, man. You know, he went on to buy them their own tour bus. And what do you know? 2 years later, after the smoke clears, after all the dust settles, MJ is back. And he wins 3 more. Now, see, the thing is, if he would have stayed, I think they would have won 8 straight. But who leaves at the peak of their career? Well, that's because, at that time in the league, times were different, guys, in the early 90s. MJ, he was caught gambling. He was filmed gambling. See, let me get a little deeper. Michael Jordan gambled on everything, right? And see, one year when they won the championship, see, you normally go to the White House. You go to the White House when you win the championship, like they do with the Super Bowl. MJ didn't even go to the White House. He told the team, said, I got some family matters to attend to. But he was out gambling, and he was film gambling. And I'm here to tell you, some of those politicians were highly upset behind that. They took it as a slap in the face. One of them even said, there will be no parties in the hood tonight. Can you dig it? So MJ was out gambling when he should have been at the White House. But see, MJ was not only the face of basketball, he was the face of Nike. He was even the face of film, because when they made that movie Space Jam, he was the face of everything. Michael Jordan was a god. And at that time, if they would have taken Michael Jordan down for all the prop betting that he was doing and he was a part of, and all the inside information, the league would have collapsed. There would be no NBA right now. That's why Michael Jordan has been sitting on the side calling shots. Apparently, y'all. You see what I'm saying? Apparently. See, they couldn't take him down. So now check this out. Michael Jordan also liked to play golf during that time. He used to play with a man named Slim, who was a golf hustler. And when Michael Jordan was investigated for his gambling, well, this guy Slim, he lost so much money to Slim playing golf, he had to give Slim a $57,000 check, right? But here's the thing. This guy Slim was being investigated by the FBI and DEA for drugs and racketeering and some more stuff, and they had a wiretap. And so when Slim, he didn't want to report that check, right, to pay taxes on it. So before he could even pay that check, guess what? The FBI came and they arrested him and found the $57,000 check on him for Michael Jordan. And oh no, it gets a little deeper. There was a gentleman, I can't remember his name, I don't know his name. A few months later, he was found dead. And guess what he had on him? He had a check from Michael Jordan for $125,000 paying off his gambling debts. And just to make it just to go a little further, at the time that Michael Jordan retired the first time, he had gambling debts in excess of $1.5 million. Now, see, guys, right now, that's not a lot of money. But back in 93, that was a whole lot of money, because, see, people wasn't getting them contracts, and Michael Jordan's money wasn't really straight at that time. You understand what I'm saying? So sources say because of that $1.25 million, that $1.5 million gambling debt, this is why the mafia took out his father during that time. This is why Michael Jordan didn't make no big deal about it, because you got to think about it, guys. You between a rock and a hard place, because you're the face of the world. He's the face of the Olympics. He's the face of Nike. He's the face of Jordan, because Jordan didn't have a brand back then. He was still under Nike. He didn't have his own brand back then. He just had his shoe. He was the face of sports. Even over Floyd Mayweather, because Floyd Mayweather hadn't came out yet. You dig? Floyd Mayweather didn't come for another couple years. He was the face of sports, period, and definitely the NBA. So, I mean, the mafia was a part of that. So it's like, okay, do I tell on the mafia for doing this to my dad? Because if I do that, they're going to tell on me, and I'm going to lose everything that I have. He was also going through a divorce at that time, man. And his wife took $600 million from him, y'all. Can you dig it? So now here's the thing. Even in the cold part is when Michael Jordan, friend Slim, got caught with that $57,000 check, Michael Jordan actually had to go to court and do some snitching on his own friend. Can you dig it? Hey, man, that's just what it is. But right now, Michael Jordan is the one who started the prop betting. He's the first one to get caught with the prop betting. It wasn't Terry Rozier. And when Terry Rozier got caught with his prop betting, which you guys really don't realize is, hey, The sports book caught wind of that day, and they could have stopped it, but they didn't. And Terry Rozier never played another game that day. But guys, let me show you guys a little something about Michael Jordan, just to kind of let you know and put you up on game. Here we go. Let me help y'all guys out about Michael Jordan real quick. Hold up.
Yeah, that was me.
Well, I interviewed, the interview's actually running right now with James Slim Bowler. He was Michael Jordan's golf betting partner.
Oh.
You know about this story?
No.
Okay, so this guy was basically a golf hustler in North Carolina, in Charlotte. And he would basically make his money betting dudes on the golf course. And, with that, he had his own shop and everything else like that.
So Mike had to pay him like $50,000?
Well, okay, I'll get to the story. So at one point, Mike was in the area, basically betting on golf games. So he went out there and started betting with Mike and started winning. So Mike started to like him. And he was basically part of this group of guys. They would get together. Mike had like an island,
right.
This little like weekend island spot that he would go, and they would all gamble, and they would have private chefs and everything else like that. And, these days not going to the White House, as an athlete is not that uncommon. But back then, after he won the NBA championship, he said he couldn't go to the White House because he had family obligations and everything else like that. Well, in fact, he went gambling with this group of guys that week.
Once Michael did not go to the White House, and Jesse Helms was in the Senate, was a senator at that particular time from Monroe and Wingate. That is a political slap in the face. If you look at the simple things, when you look at the Last Dance in the movie, episode 6, where they portrayed me and Jesse Helms. Jesse Helms said, quote, that when he beat Harvey Gantt for the election for the Senate, they won't have no party in the hood tonight.
He didn't lie. That's his extended family.
Right. So Michael Jordan ended up losing a bunch of money that weekend to Slim, and he wrote him a $57,000 check for his losses. Unbeknownst to Michael, Slim was being investigated for drug dealing and all this other type of stuff. So his phones were tapped and everything else like that. So, and I guess he tried to cash the check without paying taxes on it while his phones were tapped. So before he got a chance to cash the check, the Fed swooped in, arrested him, seized the check, and then now he has to go to court, and Michael Jordan now has to take the stand and now has to admit that he was gambling and what the check was for, and now the NBA is starting to investigate him, and one of the guys in the group ends up dead with like $100,000 check from Michael, in his bag, and it's just basically Michael Jordan said this was the worst decision of his life.
Yeah.
And this was before you joined the Bulls. This was
before.
This is 91.
This is when, it was, remember after 93, he took time off.
Exactly. It was right around that time when there was a whole investigation. He basically was like, okay, I'm just going to leave.
Yeah, I'm going to
NBA,
stop.
and then they dropped the investigation. Right. And then his dad got killed, and it was all around that same time.
It's a trip, man. I told somebody, I like having small victories. Mm-hmm. Because every time I've had some top of the level, the next day or something that would just bring you down to the ground. It would just flatten you. And I tell you, MJ was going through so much then. Right after that, Space Jam came out. He had 6 different commercials on television, 4 different companies. He was the face of the NBA, 3-time, 3-peat champion. When did he get divorced? He was going through it. Life. I'm telling you, man, it's you try to live life and have your career at the same time, it's amazing on how things seem like they don't miss.
And see, as I said, guys, a lot of you guys wasn't up on this because a lot of you people weren't even born at this time. But Michael Jordan been linked to the NBA scandal. Shit, he's the one who started it off and put it in play in a big way, y'all. But hey, man, hey, thanks for listening to the comments. Thanks for watching the videos. If you like, man, go ahead and hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for more content, guys. I'm going to be leaving y'all content from out of state, man, for the next couple days, man. So ride with me. We might even go to the beach, you dig? We're going to have a lot of fun, man, the next couple of days. But be looking out for my lives. Be looking out for this content this weekend. But, guys, like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and share this video. Remember, to be blessed, don't ever get stressed. Make sure you never get finessed. And make sure you getting plenty of rest. And stay the fuck out of trouble.